I'm Deanie Klein from Pep and Rally, and I'm so excited to be here today with Tastemate, sharing all my favorite Thanksgiving decor tips, tricks, and tablescapes. I've got two great tablescapes for you and some really great ways to bring in your guests, entertain them, and make them feel cozy and at home this Thanksgiving holiday. So follow along, be sure to shop the carousel as we walk through it all because I've linked it all for you. And follow Tastemate so you don't miss any future streams. All right, so let's get started because I have two really amazing tablescapes to show you guys today. And there's some overlap with the items, which I'm a big fan of because if I'm going to buy something, I want to be able to use it in multiple ways. So I don't recommend getting something that has a giant pumpkin on the plate because that you could really only use once a year. So getting versatile items that you could throw in and out, mix up, and also buy some inexpensive, more festive items to jazz it up, that's really the way to go. Like if you were decorating your house, you wouldn't want to buy a carpet that was super busy. It's better to buy some less expensive items like a throw pillow that is your current style and taste because that you could switch out a little bit more often and create a festive vibe that way. All right, so this tablescape right over here, I've got really great placemats. And you have options, obviously, when you are entertaining. You can do a runner like I did. So this beautiful red runner here, it's a super light fabric, which I really love. And it just gravitates your eye towards the center of the table. And if you have a really beautiful rustic table like this wooden one, it's a really nice way to showcase the table, make it really earthy and natural looking. But you still want to make sure that your table is protected. Plus, it adds a really beautiful little detail by adding some placemats. So I found these. I think these are really pretty. And you could use them so many different ways. And they look really beautiful under your plate. I also found these plates on Amazon too. They're almost like a mauvey, almost a little hint of purplish, but brown, muddy kind of tones as well. They are so beautiful. The set comes with a large dinner plate, and you have your salad plate, and the bowls are my favorite part. Gorgeous are these. And these are also great serving bowls. So when you're not using them for soup, you could put them in the middle of your table and use them for either snacks. You could use them for side dishes. But it looks so pretty, all layered here together. I'm obsessed with this serveware. I also have some silverware. I feel like when we got married and I registered, I got all silverware because that's just what I knew to get. But lately, I just love black silverware. I really think it just adds dimension in. It pops. It's modern without being too sleek and modern, and it just goes with everything. It's so pretty. But if you could find gold, if you want some browns, if you like silver, totally do you. But with this kind of rustic tablescape that I'm going for, I really like the black with it. And if you could see, the theme is kind of like Enchanted, Whimsical forest vibes that feel very pumpkin, Thanksgiving, fall themed, but in a very neutral, natural, and rustic way, which I really love. So it's really, really unique. So I'm just going to finish setting my table here. So again, we have the placemat down. It really anchors the plates here, and it really draws your eye in. It adds some level of interest. It's all about layers. Whenever you're doing a tablescape, you really wanted to add those layers. Plus, you're protecting your table because this table stains, and anytime water spills on it, I'm always very nervous. So always got to protect the goods as well. In terms of cups, I found two stunning cups on Amazon, and I've bought so many different cups before. These are so high quality. They're so beautiful. I love the colors together. Feels very full, but again, you could use it all year round. These you could either use as a wine glass or as a regular just beverage cup. So switch it up any way you like. Sometimes I do the wine glass on the inside, drinking cup on the outside. Do whatever works for you. I don't know if there are any specific rules, but we don't follow the rules. We just do what works for us, right? But I like how it looks with the larger cup on the inside, and then you kind of get smaller as you work your way out. How pretty does that look? I just love this entire setup here. It just looks really fall. I normally don't do too many colors. If you guys have seen my other streams, and if you follow me on Instagram at Prep and Rally, you'll see I like all very neutral, natural, very earthy tones. So this is like a lot of color for me personally, but it's still really neutral and natural, which I love. All right, I want to show you guys the other plates and tableware that I'm going to be using over here. So I'm going to be using these same kinds of cups that I was using before. And I'm using them instead of the beverage cups that I used here. These are going to be the wine glasses in this case, because I have these other Amazon cups that I'm obsessed with. I've had these for over a year, and I get so many compliments on these. They are so heavy duty. They hold so much water, and they look stunning on your place setting. So as you can see, we're kind of going with the same general theme here, but switching it up in small ways to create something new and different. So you could do a totally different thing with this depending on what you like. So instead of using those other plates that I was using down there, I'm using just neutral, plain, white cream plates. So I'm going to do the big plate first. I'm using these placemats over here. I've also had these for years. Obsessed with these. I use them every single weekend when I have friends over. And I love how they look layered. I got a big plate, small plate, and I'm using a pasta bowl. If you want to use the smaller bowl, you can. Just depends on what you're going for, the look that you're trying to achieve, and obviously what you're serving. So make it work for you. And there's so many different things that you could do with the napkins. So like over here, I just sort of knotted these. These are also from Amazon. This kind of linen material. I love these. Use these all the time as well. These I like to make a knot, and I just kind of set it in the bowl like that. Looks really pretty and kind of like hangs down. So add those. These guys, if you wanted to knot them, you could do that as well. I could also do something like this, which looks really pretty and it kind of hangs down. I love this little lace detail on these napkins, and I love the brown. It really just pops with these cream color plates. And like I said, like having cream color plates, they work for every day of the entire year. And then you could just get a little bit more festive napkins, which are less of a splurge, and dress things up that way and make things really festive and fun. So I'm going to leave it like this. I think that looks really pretty. And again, we have these beautiful cups, and then I'm using these as wine glasses today. They could be wine glasses or they could be drinking cups. And these are smaller, so I'm putting these on the outside and the drink cups that are taller on the inside, so your eye kind of drags down. It's really all art. Like, it's all this stuff is just so creative and artistic, and it's all about moving your eye around the table so that it really looks beautiful and is super restful. All right, so we're going to move on, and I'm going to show you this centerpiece because I'm in love with it. As you can see, I have the runner going down this tablescape. For this situation, I use this cute little gingham, almost like picnic. So cute. It looks so pretty. It feels like you're having a picnic in the forest, which I love. I think it's super unique, and it doesn't look like so typical Thanksgiving. It feels very unique and very fun. So that's this tablecloth. You can find this on Amazon. I use this all the time whenever I have kids over, especially on the weekends where we do a barbecue. I'm constantly using this, and it's my favorite ever. I've actually probably used it in other past screens because I love it that much. Okay, so let's talk about the tablescape. So you could just do flowers. I have never been such a flower fan because flowers die. They don't last very long, and I like when it looks more neutral and rustic. So I came up with something really fun for today. So I found great things on Amazon. Firstly, I found these little wood chips, wood circles. It was just such a random thing, and I don't know what most people use these for, but I got them to use as trivets. So when you bring out your pie, you bring out your sweet potato casserole, you're going to bring out your turkey. I want something to put those items on that still looks pretty when you show up at your table. So I just love that. And it's not going to ruin your table. It'll be fine for the heat since it's wood. Plus, it helps bring in that natural kind of forest feel. I layered 2 here because you also want to create some highs and lows to create depth. So once your fulls and plates are on here, some things will be slightly elevated, some will be lower. And I think it looks really, really beautiful. If you wanted to repurpose this and do something else with it, by all means, you can use this as your charger or your placemat. That could look really cute as well. It looks so pretty. If you wanted to put this on like that. So that's these guys. It was a really fun find. And I feel like I'll use these all the time because trivets are usually not very pretty, but you always need them on your table. So love those. The next item here is this incredible twiggy stick. Don't even know what it's called, but I'm obsessed with it. I've linked it for you. Some things that I love about it. Number 1 is the color. It's not real, but it looks real. They did such an amazing job. They even stuck like some green moss on it. So it feels like you just pulled it out of the forest and stuck it on your table, except you don't have bugs and you don't have some mud and you don't have any dirt. So really beautiful. I love how long it is because it really goes down your entire table. And this is a big table and it really stretches almost the whole length. What I also love is that it's flexible. Like you could literally move this any way you want. So if you wanted this to like curve around your pie dish, right? Or if you want to like hug the pie dish, you could literally move this any way you want. I love kind of sticking some twigs up, putting some down. It really creates this whimsical feeling. You could even have this like wrap around your candle, which is really cool too. I mean, doesn't that feel just like an enchanted, like a tablescape? I'm so obsessed with this. I actually love it wrapped around. It just feels like it's growing into your table. How cool is that? So this is amazing. I'm obsessed with this and I could use this in so many different ways. And what's really fun is that you could also get cute little pine cones, or you could forage and get some outside, but much easier to just chop them in the carousel. They actually come with this little loop here. So if you wanted to either put a napkin in, it's a little bit small for a napkin. You'd have to do probably a paper napkin if you wanted that. But you could just stick it like in everyone's bowl and you could put a place card in it. That just looks so pretty and it helps bring out the brown as well. You could also just put it right here, like on top of the knot. That looks really pretty. Just like set it on top. Or you could even make a place card with somebody's name and attach it to the pine cone, and it looks really pretty. But what I really love doing for the tablescape is sort of putting it inside this little twig so it feels like this is really real. How beautiful is that? And you also have these little loops that can help hold it in place if you need, or you could tap them up if you don't want them. You could do like bunches of them. So like in some places I'll put maybe 3 of them because you want it to feel like these slabs of wood that came from the forest. And it just looks so beautiful. I'm obsessed with this whole setup. And something else I found as well are these cute little pumpkins. There's so many cheesy Thanksgiving items. Like, I've never been a Thanksgiving decor person because if you search Thanksgiving, it's all orange, it's all bright pumpkins. It's a little bit cheesy, but I found some of the prettiest items for you guys so that you don't have to do all the hard work. So the Decor carousel, these are so pretty and it goes with the theme. It screams pumpkin Thanksgiving without being overly pumpkin Thanksgiving, if you know what I mean. And these are just really cute just to like set around your table, because it just really fits the theme without being too loud. All right. So really love how this looks. I'm hanging by the red. How cute are you? You could even take these and you could wrap it around so that they stay intact like that. This little twig is my favorite thing. All right, so that's that. The last item I wanted to show you is, first of all, the candlesticks. Here we're using these beautiful gold ones to give it a more elevated feel. With this area over here, I went for more of these glass ones, which are really cool because you can put candlesticks in it or you could flip it and put tea lights in it here. So I love that it's a multi-purpose. And I also got two different kinds. So, same kind of general color scheme as what we're going for here, but different shapes, which I love. And then I also got some of these guys to add some height. So like I said, you want highs, lows to really drag your eye through. And then the last item I want to show you on this tablescape are these mushrooms. Holy smokes, they're so cool. I found these actually by scrolling through some inspiration on Pinterest. These came up. They're these dried, like, mushrooms that you would find in the forest. These are just so cool. So you kind of put these in and around. This really makes it feel super rustic and authentic. Look at the back of it. You see like all the gill. And amazing. So some of them you could put like this, or you could put it the other way. And usually they're growing off of trees, so I like to kind of put it next to the wood. It's just so beautiful. So that's the tablescape. If you wanted to go for flowers with this setting, you could buy things like pampas. I love dried flowers. They last forever. And you could totally just use these little guides. You could kind of stick them around different areas. Or if you wanted, you can grab some scissors and you can totally take these, trim them, and even create use this same candle votive and put your little flowers, fill up the whole thing, and make little flower bouquets, which I think is so pretty. So if you wanted to add a little extra color, give it a little pop, make it feel a little more feminine, you can for sure do that. I would fill these with a big little poof of flower here. Looks so cute. How pretty. So I think that really just adds a nice pop of color. Just creates a little bit more interest. I love. Okay, and again, the pampas are also really great. These like little fuzzy guys. They're always really nice. Super soft too. And as you can see, I have this little garland, I think it's called. A lot of people put this on their front door. You could for sure do that, but it also looks really pretty mounted on your wall to really make this whole situation feel super festive. And look how cute these are. I think these are called like rabbit's tails or bunny tails or something. They're so cute. They have these poofy little bushy tails. And they look really cute if you were to add them in to your little flower bouquet. Now, what's great about dried flowers is that they last forever, right? So you can totally put these away and use them year after year. We're talking about Thanksgiving on a budget here, and it's a smart investment to get something that you can use every single year. You'll always have it. Okay, how good does this look? So create these little bouquets. You're using this two different ways. You could use it as a candle, but you're also using it for flowers. I just love how that look. I mean, that's so cute. I love it over here. And I love kind of tucking things into little nooks. So there's a lot to look at, and it feels really beautiful. All right, let's move on to some final items, which is just kind of creating an environment of cozy, of warmth, of Thanksgiving touches. So check this out. So over here, few little things over here. First of all, a good smelly candle is always a good idea. Found this one that is screaming pumpkin. So it's delicious. It does smell like the holiday. When you walk into the grocery stores and you smell those cinnamon pine cones, that's this right here. It's so delicious, but with like some more pumpkin notes. So have this burning when your guests come in. They'll be like, oh my gosh, okay, Thanksgiving is here. So make sure you're using all of your senses, and your first scent is your nose when you walk in. You want it to smell like Thanksgiving. This is really nice to have in your bathroom. I found these cute little napkins. This is more of like your typical Thanksgiving look and feel, but I kind of love it. It matches the theme, and it'll look really cute in your bathroom for Thanksgiving. And this you could use all year round and just buy some new napkins for different occasions. It's so cute. Another thing to create a really fun environment for your guests is to bring out some games. So my sister and brother-in-law are obsessed with games. Whenever we're over at their house, they're constantly playing games around the table. And it really makes it fun. Everyone just loosens up, has a really good time. And I think Thanksgiving is a beautiful time to do that because you're surrounded by friends and family. It's really fun. Or you're surrounded by friends, right? And you do all this Friendsgiving games. There's Family Feud, which is really cute if you have your family over. I've linked all these games for you. It's adorable. And you could even have these like on everyone's plate if you want to do that when they walk in, or bring it out later. And then this is Thanksgiving bingo. So if you have some little kids coming or some elderly, they love a good game of bingo as well. This is really cute because it just has all of your typical Thanksgiving items. And then you cut out these little pumpkins and everyone plays around a bingo. And if one has some prizes, it's just a really good time. It's a fun way to get everybody loosened up, having fun at your table, and creating a really warm and fun environment. And the last thing I want to show you guys is personal touches, because there's nothing nicer than going into somebody's home and seeing your name at the table, right? Like a place card. Not only does it avoid everyone asking where do you want them to sit, but it also just feels like, oh, like they knew I was coming, like I'm supposed to be here. It just is a really warm, nice feeling when you see your name. It feels very intentional. Found this really cool little device called the Customizer. It almost reminds me of those manicure pens to remove gel because it looks like that, and it has all of these different little drill tips. And there's different ones for different materials. So as you can see on the lid here, if you're like want to write on a rock, or if you want to write on wood, it's to engrave or personalize anything you want. So, for example, I have a rock here. I wrote my daughter's name, Angie. I was testing it out last night. It was so much fun. And you're really able to engrave a name. And all you do is you push this either 1, 2, or 3 times, depending on what you need. See, you could literally engrave a rock. How cool is that? I'm just making a heart right now just for you to see. That's pretty cool. And you could also do it on wood as well. So if you were using this as a placemat, you could write someone's name at the top end of it. So when they walk in, they see their name there. I think it's just a really nice little touch. And again, you could do it on any material that you like. Some example that they use. Let's see, wood, glass, plastic, stainless steel, leather, stone. How cool is that? So one tool, you could use it so many different ways and really customize absolutely anything. I just think this is such a fun little gadget to always keep on hand to just make your dinner parties, holidays feel very luxe and custom without breaking the bank. And of course, when your guests come in, you want to just light all of your candles. I love that I have these beautiful lights on top of the table because it creates this really moody and beautiful environment. So I'll turn off the other main lights here and just leave on the basket lights. And then, of course, you want to just light up all of your candles just to really fully bring that romantic feeling. Woo. And it's all lit. It just feels so beautiful and festive. So you can light these candles and even your smaller votive ones in the glass jar. So like these guys, I put little tea lights in here. Like these. And these don't have any smell because when you are sitting at the table, you don't want to have too much scent because you don't want to mess with your olfactory system when you're eating. You want to really smell and taste the food. So I like leaving the scented candle for the living room area right when you walk in or maybe in the bathroom. But at the table, I go for unscented, simple, beautiful candle that just really create a beautiful look. Pretty. I love it. It's just so romantic. So that is how to create a really beautiful environment and a mood and have a stunning Thanksgiving without breaking the bank. And as you can see, we created two completely different looks, two different tablescapes with a bunch of overlapping items so that you can reuse these items over and over again. So you buy them once, multi-purpose them, use them for all of your holidays, switch it up in different ways, and don't forget to get creative and have fun and make it your own. Because at the end of the day, this is your holiday, it's your guests, it's your dinner party and your holiday. So really get creative with it, have fun. And I hope this was super helpful. Again, you could shop everything in the carousel. I'm Deanie Klein from Pepper Rally. Be sure to head over, follow me on social. I would love to hear from you. And I hope you join me next time. I had a blast heading into Thanksgiving with you guys. See you soon, and thanks for watching.